Hey guys, long time no see. Where have I been? Well, I've been fostering 6 kittens for the last 4 weeks, so if you hear or see anybody running around in the background, that's why. I haven't been filming, but I definitely have been purchasing, so I wanted to do a chit chat get ready with me where I talk about my experience fostering kittens and put some new products on my face that I've been picking up. Because I definitely haven't stopped buying makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the Too Faced Hangover RX. I got a deluxe sample from Ulta. Realized that my mirror is not in here. I probably should go get that. Now, fostering 6 kittens has definitely been fun. I just did it through a place local to me. It was as simple as taking a foster class and then basically was able to just go pick them up. I have had to take them to one vet appointment. The place that I go through is literally like 5 minutes from my house, so it's very close, and they actually have a vet on staff. Hi! This is Tasha. She's Mr. Shineside's favorite. So the next product I'm going to go ahead and go in with is the Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation. I got it in the lightest shade, which is Linen. Looking from the outside packaging, it's going to be too dark, but I was told that it's lighter than the actual packaging looks like. So it does come with a pump, so that's cool. This is my first ever Becca product that isn't a highlight, and I also have the Becca Matte Never Flat little mini sample set. It comes with the Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector and the Hydra Mist. I really just wanted to try the Hydra Mist, to be honest. Probably not, but that's okay. And then I am going to go ahead and use the IT Airbrush Full Coverage Complexion Brush number 77. This actually has like collagen infused with it, so it looks like it's dirty, but it just comes with stuff added to it already. I actually returned the star-shaped IT Cosmetics brush because it was just too flimsy. I really did want something that's going to pack on the coverage. I mean, it's definitely light enough. I just don't know that the color is my color, but when in doubt, I always go with the fairest one because, let's be real, some companies think fair is orange. So continuing on with the foster update, my pets have been doing great with them. The reason that I ended up fostering and the reason I like the company that I'm going through is because they actually are an animal rescue that doesn't believe in keeping the animals in cages. They only do fostering. So they take in cats, kittens, puppies, and dogs, and then they rely on their network of fostering to house the animals, but they take care of all of the vet costs and all of the medicine and everything like that. And then they do have people that donate food and stuff. Personally, I don't care. I've been buying food for them. Kitten food. I'm not worried about losing money on feeding kittens. To me, the joy of having 6 kittens around is pretty awesome, and it far outweighs the cost of food. But I think that's really neat of a place to do, because not only is it helpful for the pets' mental stability, because obviously being in a kennel day in and day out takes a toll, and a lot of people don't adopt pets from shelters because they seem angry or sad, and their true personalities don't come out. But it also helps them socialize with other pets because, as you know, I have dogs and I have cats, so it helps them figure out their dynamic with other animals. So that's where I've been for the last month. Basically, as far as I know, up to this point, I'm only going to be keeping them for a month, and then they're either going to be put up on the adoption website or somebody else is taking them. This is my first round of fosters. I definitely got Mr. Shiny Side on board with doing this again. It has been very fun and very fulfilling, and very, a very good thing to do, honestly. So now that we've talked about fostering for forever, let's take a look at the foundation that we got going on here. I don't have the best skin right now, but from what I can tell, I like the look of it. I definitely have some breakouts and stuff, so this is only supposed to be a medium coverage foundation. I don't hate it. It's definitely luminous, but I did put a luminous primer on with it. I honestly am happy that I don't have to return it based solely on the shade, because I think as I get paler, as the summer fades, it will work for me. But overall, I like the way that it looks right now, so I'm going to keep it. And first impression of the brush, I really do like it. I like the shape. It was easy to get around my nose. I don't have those like cakey spots around my nose. Sometimes foundation can kind of gather in there if I go a little bit too hard with it, but I do like the brush. I just don't understand how infusing something with collagen and peptides is going to be good in the long run, because you have to wash it. So, I don't know, but definitely prefer it over the Star brush, that's for sure. Moving on to another new product to me. This is the Essence Color Correcting Liquid Concealer. I got it in the light pink, pastel pink shade. Go ahead and pop that under the eyes. It's got one of those doe foots with the very, very thin concealer. Having to really like pack this on. And take my finger just to kind of blend it out. Obviously with a corrector, this is not something I'm just going to leave looking like this. I'm going to put another concealer over it, but first impressions, so far I like it. It feels nice and thin, but I definitely feel like it brightened my under eye. It's not stark, and it's definitely not too dark. This compared to the Maybelline Age Rewind, that one's a pink tone, but it can almost be a little bit dark, especially when I'm at my fairest, whereas this is a very light one, obviously in texture and in color. So far so good, I like that. I don't believe I have a new concealer to try, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab one from my color. Alright, so off camera, I just went ahead and put on the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the new shade that I have, which is Fair 04. And I'm going to go ahead and take, this is Dude. His real name is Eeyore, but I don't like that name, so we call him Dude. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Kat Von D Brightening Powder in Petal. I'm going to go ahead and put that under my eye with the little Miracle Eraser Real Technique sponge. Feel like that darkened my under eye, but not to worry. I hear that the Hydra Mist does the same thing, so my face will also deepen. Moving along, we're going to go ahead and take the Hydra Mist powder. I believe this only comes in a few shades, if not one. I'm not going to lie, the other reason I was kind of concerned about the Becca Skin Love foundation working is because I really didn't want to have to return this kit, because once I bought the foundation, I got this kit for $5 instead of $20. And here is the Hydra Mist. Comes with 0.08 ounces or 2.5 grams. So it's not a ton of product, but I think it will be enough to really have me decide if I want to get the full size or not. Oh, cute. They even put the little mesh in the little tiny one. I didn't think that they would do that. Also don't know what size brush I'm going to have to use to get in here. Okay, we're going to go in with the Luxie 516 Dual Fiber Powder. Oh my god, it does feel like water. That's crazy. How do they do that? That's nuts. I know everyone's already tried this product, but it feels so wrong on a brush. Like I'm thinking if this was on a sponge, it would feel less weird because sponges are wet, but feeling a dual fiber brush feel wet. So I powdered this half of my face and not this half. I can definitely see that it did darken it, but I feel like it also added a little bit of coverage going on about their personality. So Tasha, or Natasha, is the sweetest one, I think. She was born with a little bit of a brain problem, so she kind of has like a little wobble to her, but I feel like it makes her more trusting. And then Dude is probably the one that is the most rambunctious. He likes to play hard, he likes to bite, and he also likes to hear himself talk. So I have a goal in mind for him before he leaves. I really want to get a little video of that thing that was going around Twitter where it's like boom boom boom, here's a video, and then the cat goes meow. Like I really want to have that as like for having him here. Like that's I'm gonna remember Dude by. Longest video ever. Moving on to another product. This is the Kokie Powder Contour Palette. I have not had Kokie nearby me like at all, so I had to go hunt this down. But I'm excited to try this. Obviously, this is supposed to be duping the Kat Von D highlight and contour palette. And with all the controversy about Kat Von D, we know why a lot of people aren't supporting her right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the middle shade on, oh shoot, I'm supposed to be using this. I have a new brush I'm supposed to be using right now. I picked up a new Ecotools brush because this one that I always use by Alicia Silverstone isn't being made anymore. So I wanted to pick up something that I could suggest to you guys. This is the Ecotools Blending and Bronzing brush. So I'm gonna compare them for a second here. So difference between them, they're both dual fiber, but the new one is a lot more dense and this one is a lot more flimsy. So I think I'm gonna have to be a little bit more careful. This one you can kind of slap something on and then it kind of just blends itself out because it doesn't pick up a ton of product, but I'm gonna go ahead and go in with that middle shade. Tap off the excess. Contour around the hairline, under the double chin. Something else that I experienced with Kittens that I have never experienced with any of my cats is I had to deal with roundworm. That was a lot more than I thought my stomach could handle. I handled it. It's definitely gross. One pro tip, don't plan on having spaghetti after you learn that your kittens have roundworm, because roundworms, when they come out, look like spaghetti noodles. So let's just say I didn't really want to eat dinner that night or the leftovers. So I kind of pawned that off on everybody else in the house. Moving on to the next product that's new. This is new to me, it's not new in general. This is a Juvia's Place blush. I got mine in the shade Bella. I've heard a lot about this brand. I know a lot of people are all about the eyeshadow palettes. I've been purchasing and receiving so many eyeshadow palettes that I really wanted to try a blush first. Specifically because I know they're pigmented and because this is a shade I don't have. This is in the shade Bella, and it's supposed to be like a coral. I think it is going to look more red on me, but I'm going to go ahead and take an e.l.f. brush. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. I kind of tap it in there a couple times, definitely tap off the excess, it's very pigmented. I'm going to start small because I have a tendency to go a little overboard on blush. I think it's probably from my years of competitive dancing and stage makeup. But just like that, went overboard. Ah. It's pretty, but whoa. Whoa. Okay. So if this ever happens to you, what you should do is take your powder brush, or if you applied your foundation with the sponge, or even your foundation brush if you can't blend it out, and just kind of, I like to think of it as doing like the bare minerals, you know, like the blurring step at the end just kind of helps everything out. I'm gonna go ahead and take my bronzer brush and just kind of bring it up a little bit. I do like that shade though, it's very pretty, very Snow White, as like Emily Noel likes to say. Now another thing that I've been picking up a ton of have been highlighters. I've got to say I got my first MAC highlighter. I don't know if I just didn't apply it right or if I didn't like my foundation I had on, but I wasn't impressed with it. But I am going to go ahead and do brows because I know I look crazy without my eyebrows. And I was lucky enough to receive the Brow Contour Pro from Benefit through Influencer, and I got mine in the shade Brown Light. And I'm going to go ahead and take the lighter shade and put this at the front of my brow. That's the other thing that I've been doing while I've been away, is I've been trying to grow my brows out. I have started to use the Benefit Brow conditioner. I do have it on today. I haven't been really good about putting it on morning and night, but I definitely have been noticing little hairs kind of filling in, so I'm resisting the urge to pluck right now. That's the hardest part for me when you're growing stuff out, is that you have to resist the urge to remove anything that's not perfectly in line, but if I want to let my brows fill back in, it kind of defeats the purpose to be plucking them. I don't know how I feel about this product just yet. This is only the second time I've used it. It's definitely a cool idea. I like these pens. I mean, I grew up in the 90s, so I definitely remember them as being actual pens, but I do wish that they had figured out a way to include a spoolie with it. This is definitely not a product, I don't think, where you can get like hair-like strokes. I think this is a much waxier pencil that you kind of blend into your brows. It's definitely not going to give you little hair-like strokes, which is not really what I go for anyways. The only downside for me is that even though I have the light shade, the matte highlight shade is not light enough for me. And I feel like even though it's supposed to be like light brown, it is pulling a bit red, which my hair is a little brassy right now. I can definitely get away with it, but from the packaging, it looks more cool toned, and it definitely is not cool toned. And as far as I know, they don't actually offer this in an auburn shade. So, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and take the darker shade and put that on the outer tail. Bringing it in. Yeah, I think this just has a learning curve that I haven't figured out yet, because the pictures I've seen of this have been great, but also I feel like that's how makeup is. You gotta learn how to use something before you can give it your stamp of approval. I mean, it's like the first time you fill in your brows, you have like Groucho Marx brows. Yeah, not really loving them at the moment. The highlighter shade on this is actually glittery, and so I'm not going to use that. Overall impression, I like the concept. I really enjoy the packaging. I think the gimmick is there. I just don't know how much the average person is going to reach for this, because I feel like even though I have product in my eyebrows, I don't have the shape where I want it to be, unfortunately, for myself. So I am going to go ahead and take my normal brow pencil. And my normal brow pencil is the e.l.f. Highlift in Taupe. So it's very cheap, it's like $2. And then I am going to go ahead and follow that with my Milani Easy Brow Fiber Gel. If you want to put more product in your eyebrows, brush the hairs the opposite way first, and then brush them in place. That's something that I saw online that I appreciate. There we go, now they're starting to look normal again. Starting to look bushy and natural. Okay, moving on to the highlighters that I have to choose from, because I have many. So I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch a few of them and see what I think, and then we'll go and pick them. The first one, or the trio really, that I got off of the Wet n Wild website. Had a little bit of an issue trying to order this from Walmart. My order got canceled. It's a whole thing, but ordered online on their website, Wet n Wild's website, and I got this free little Aries pouch that came with it, and I picked up the loose highlight, obviously, because I super loved Moon Tears highlight, so I got this one. This is in Written in the Stars, and then I also picked up Air and Earth. So I want to go ahead and swatch these. Start with the loose one, since it's going to be the biggest mess. So there's Written in the Stars. A lot more pink than I was expecting, but I like it. And now we've got the Earth shade. Looks like that. These are so pretty. So Earth is more of a true kind of a champagne-y gold. Pretty. Followed by Air. Air is more of a light pink with the veining and everything. It kind of looks like their take on Soft and Gentle that they used to have with Fergie. The Soft and Gentle dupe that they had with Fergie, I mean. And we've got more highlighters that we can swatch. So I'm gonna go and move on to Molten Rose Gold. I don't know if this is gonna be too dark for me, but we're gonna swatch it. Tati raves about this, so hopefully it'll work for me. Nope, not even a little. So this is Maybelline Molten Rose Gold. It's way too dark, way too dark. Okay, and because I have a highlighter problem, I also picked up the Natasha Dhanoa Super Glow in the shade Fair. I wanted a Natasha Dhanoa product. I looked at the little mini blush and highlight duo, but it really didn't blow me away. But when I saw this in Nikki Tutorial's video and how vibrant she got it to be, okay. first of all, hello packaging. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully not have any leftover of any other highlight on my hand, but this is gonna be intense. Right there, I put this on my wrist. So it's right there on my wrist bone. I don't know if you can see that, but very pretty. It's definitely buildable. I think it does better with brush, to be honest. Set that over there. And then I have this highlighter. I told you I have a problem. This I picked up because of Emily Noel 83. This is the Makeup Revolution palette. I think this is an Ignite or something like that. I don't know. Looks like that. I'm not going to swatch all of them. I'm purely just going to swatch the white just because I'm curious. So definitely feels chalky, but ooh, that is pigmented. I do want to feel another one just to see if they all feel chalky. Yep. And there's the gold. Pigment's there, you know, it's definitely not the silkiest thing, obviously, after feeling the Natasha Dhanoa, and then I put this like $15 product past it. But this is very pretty packaging as well. It's rose gold. So after swatching all of them, I kind of feel like putting the Natasha Dhanoa one on my face because I haven't yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that and the Luxie tapered highlighter that I got from BoxyCharm, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my face. Oh yeah, you can see that highlight. Oh yes, you can see that highlight. Tip of the nose. Bridge of the nose. I thought I smelled something, but I don't. It wasn't a bad thing, it just... Okay. Sufficiently highlighted, I think. Just keep kind of blending up the edges, but very pretty. Moving along. Ugh. Okay. Moving along to some eyeshadow palettes finally. So the two eyeshadow palettes that I've been looking forward to sitting down and filming with are the NYX Swear By It that I won on Instagram. If you're not following Glam by Dojo Sparkles, you need to be. She is awesome. And I'm also going to be using the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. It came back in stock on Ulta, and I've seen so many people review this and say that it's awesome. I've never tried anything from BH, but again, look at the colors. There's few that are foiled, there's some that are matte, and I hear that the formula is great no matter if they're matte or foiled, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the Swear By It palette, just because it has more transition shades. I haven't even touched this. I haven't even opened it. NYX definitely did a good job on the packaging though, because I am able to actually open it with some speed, unlike the Wet n Wild ones, but I mean, has a little button to open it. Off camera, I really quickly put on some Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden, and I'm going to go ahead and set that with this first lightest, you can't even see me and the palette, this first lightest shade right there at the top, because it looks like it's actually light enough for my skin tone. Maybe not. I'm going to use my Sigma E60 to do that. Might be a bit dark for my skin tone, but too late now. Too late now. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my Morphe M505 and I'm gonna go ahead and go outside of my comfort zone here, and I wanna use the yellow that's right underneath that. You can't even see it. The yellow that's right underneath the shade we just used. Tap off the excess. Go ahead and put it in crease. Definitely has a little bit of kick up. And it is pigmented. Holy moly. I was kind of hoping I would be able to run through all the different kittens for you, but they're probably all still sleeping downstairs. But the kittens that we do have, we have 2 orange tabbies. They're both males. The other one is my favorite. I call him Buddy. His name is actually Tigger. But he's my little buddy. He likes to cuddle me and he likes to be held and just generally be babied. He's the runt of the litter as well. And he's got these big doe eyes. If you want to see any pictures of these guys, just head over to my Instagram. It's basically like a cat page right now, lack of a better term, just because that's what my life has been doing. We also have 3 tuxedo kittens, and where's my brush? When your nose itches and you can't find your brush. Use my sponge instead. We also have some, we have 3 tuxedo kittens. They're all girls. That is what Tasha's part of. We have Natasha, aka Tasha. We have Gamora, and then we have Nebula. I did not name these kittens. They were already named when I picked them up. And then we have 1 black kitten, and her name is Wanda. So, moving on to the next shade, I feel like I want to do maybe like this magenta color right there in the outer V. And then that way when I blend it out, it'll kind of turn into like a transition-y orange color. Give myself a sunset eye, why not? Go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. So that's basically been my summer. I've been dealing with kittens for the last 4 weeks. It's been awesome. I haven't heard anything about when I need to bring them back, but I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest. I hope I won't cry. They've been a great stress relief to me. I've been dealing with some stuff, and I feel like just pets are a natural stress relief, and I can kind of put my feelings aside and just kind of focus on them. But I like where we're going. I'm just going to take a clean blending brush and use my Wet n Wild one, looks like that, and just kind of blend over everything. Really make sure there aren't any harsh lines. Okay, now I want to go ahead and actually, you know what? I'm going to stop with this palette and I'm going to use the Festival palette for the shimmer. just so that I can say that I used it. Oh yes, I'm glad I did this. I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Wicked, which is right there, this purple, and I'm gonna go ahead and put them in it. And I'm gonna go ahead and just use my finger for right now. Definitely feels silky. Yep, glad that I did this. Glad that I did this purple instead of that purple. That purple was very dark. Getting a little bit of fallout, but that's because I'm being a little bit boisterous with how I was kind of just not tapping, I was kind of swiping, so that's on me. That's operator error. But hey Tash. So after I built up that pink, I just went into the Festival palette and got that purple, and I spritzed some Fix Plus onto it, and I'm just gonna pat that in the center of the lid. And kind of fade it towards the inner corner. Yep. All right. So now I am going to go ahead and take my brush, if I can find it. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and take my brush that I set my foundation with, and I'm just going to hopefully swipe away all this purple fallout, which I did, so that's cool. The only downside of being a face first person is that fallout can ruin you, but I think that actually worked. I do have a new liner, so we're going to go ahead and do that next. This is the Makeup Revolution Intense Longwear Black Felt Eyeliner in Renaissance Flick, again with the rose gold packaging, and again with the Emily Noel suggestion. She was really amazed by this. Somebody else I just watched was also really amazed by this. I forget who it was right now. I'm going to give it a shot. You know how faithful I am to my Physicians formula, but the packaging, I mean, it drew me in. Go ahead and put a thin line. I feel like this is actually letting me get close to my lash line, which is pretty awesome. Some felt tips are so thick that you can't like put them on their side. I definitely like the ergonomic design of the packaging. I think that's pretty cool. I don't feel like it's matte. It definitely has a little bit of a shine to it, but I can get over that. Overall, pretty impressed. I do have a new mascara to try. This is the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Curl and Hold with Micro Styling Waxes. Fully loaded paddle brush. The packaging on this is like a lot bigger than I thought, like compared to... Oh, hi Wanda. Here's Wanda. She is the curious one. We have given her the nickname Wanda the Wanderer because she gets into everything. Comparing it to something else, I mean, it's like totally dwarfing a lip gloss, so this is a pretty big mascara. Brush is interesting. Feels like a regular bristle brush. Of course you found the plastic sheet. Wanda. Okay, so that's one on this eye. I like it. I'm definitely going to build it up though, because this eyeshadow look is not for the faint of heart, but how it does when you kind of push into your lash line. Some mascaras you can't and it hurts. Yeah, that's right. Please don't scratch me. The only downside to having kittens is that they don't know how much their claws hurt, and they try to climb in me when I'm wearing shorts or pants, and their claws dig right through the fabric and right into my skin. They have no idea how much their little talons hurt. And I haven't wanted to try to trim their nails. That's just not something I want to attempt. I do feel like I want to put something on the lower lash line because I feel like it looks a little top heavy. So I'm going to go ahead and take a brush that I haven't used yet. This is the Morphe M321, and I'm just going to go ahead and take the Kokie contour, and I'm going to go ahead and take the one of the shades I haven't used yet, the lighter of the bronzer or the contours. I'm just going to put that on my lower lash line. You hear Wanda trying to scale the wall right now. Definitely feel like the weird size of this is getting it all over my lower lash line, so maybe not a lower lash mascara. I'm gonna have to clean that up once it dries. I'm gonna start with the lip gloss. This is the Vivid Hot Lacquer in Tease. I like it. Kind of feel like it smells like Carmex though, so that's kind of interesting. But I do want to try on the Chloe Morello collab with Pixie. This is the lip icing, just because more is more, right? Go ahead and top it with this. This is a glitter bomb. Yep. And I'm going to go ahead and set everything in place with the Flower Seal Video Long Lasting Setting Spray. This is the matte formula. And then we'll be done. I feel like none of that made my face. But alright guys, well that is me trying some new products, new to me, not necessarily new in general. I will list all the products that I used down in the description box below. Please subscribe if you haven't already and ring the bell, that way you'll be notified anytime that I upload. You will see this makeup again because I'm going to be filming my August BoxyCharm unboxing after this. So please give me a thumbs up, comment down below what product that you liked from me using, or if you have any eye looks you want me to try in either of these palettes. I'm definitely going to have fun mixing and matching the two of them together. They go together really well, I think, and I like the kind of sunset eye that I did with a little bit of purple. Please feel free to follow me on my other social media. I am Mrs. Shiny Side on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, and I am Stephanie Shiny Side on Facebook and Pinterest, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye guys!